Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Catch Up with Mayo, 4 p.m. on Saturday, April the 11th of 2026. How the hell is it April already? Will somebody tell me that? It was just Christmas time. Now we're into April. And not only are we into April, but we're in the middle of April. It's halfway through already, April. It's almost May. Suppose I shouldn't complain in a way because, I can't stand January, February, and March. Those are my worst 3 months of the year. And I want those 3 months I like to go by fast. I like January, February, and March to zip by quickly. So we can get to April, May, June, July, August, September, and it's going fast. Okay, Gary, yes, he says it's finally here, the first day of the rest of your life. I wonder what you mean in that regard. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Well, maybe if I'd won the lottery, I checked the lottery tickets today. I didn't get anything. You take those lottery tickets, you stick them underneath the gizmo, the light, and it says, "Sorry, you're not a winner." I had two tickets. One of them said, "Sorry, you're not a winner." Threw it away. Second one, "Sorry, you're not a winner." Threw it away. Would it be so horrible for me to win the lottery? Would it be so horrible? I'll even take like $200,000. I don't even have to be a millionaire. I'll just take the 200 grand. Hi, Harold. What's going on? Hi, Douglas. Okay, Nick says, I heard the Rolling Stones have a new album coming out in July, then a new single that should be out today. I have not heard the new single yet, but we're going to see because I really loved the last album so much. I'm a big fan of Hackney Diamonds. I think a lot of you know that. I think it might be my favorite Stones album right now. That's right. I said it. I still like Sticky Fingers, and I still like Some Girls, and still like. Let me think of the other ones that I like a lot. Let It Bleed. But what happened to the haircut you were going to get the other day? Yeah, I didn't get it. It actually looks better than it does. It looks better here on camera because I tuck everything back, you see. Because it's all wild back here. I try to tuck it behind my ears and stuff. It's really kind of messy. But yeah, and I keep putting it off. I hate haircuts. That's why I put it off and put it off and put it off. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. What would you do if you won the big lottery? Well, the thing is, the first thing I would do is panic. You want the truth? If you're talking about big lottery, if you're talking about like winning like $100 million or $400 million, well, people think they'd like that. The first thing you have to worry about is that people are going to try to come after you and try to like hunt you down and try to get your money. You have to find a lawyer. You have to find a bank or something where you could keep this stuff. You might have to open like 20 bank accounts. It's like, no, believe me, you don't want like $80 billion or $400 million. But anyway, the first thing I would do other than worry, I'd probably buy a house and, a house and get a lot of room for my stuff. Probably. Yeah, Me Too. Great album, Rolling Stones album we're talking about. My wife has a New York Yankees version of Hackney Diamonds. Yeah, I didn't go in for that. If I got one, it wouldn't be the Yankees, let me tell you. It would be the Mets. But yeah, as I've said with the Paul McCartney stuff, I am really, really cutting back, and I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving cutting back. I'm loving liquidating. I'm loving, just not having to get so much. I'm loving it. I just heard hello, Charlie, by the way. Just heard your report on the color variants. You took a very logical approach to this insanity, which is what I've been doing for a while now. I look at other people. I'm not going to name them, but you know who they are. You know who I'm thinking of. I don't want to embarrass them. Friends of mine in the vinyl community and I see them going crazy buying all these things, and I think I can relate. I was there. I was there myself a couple of years ago, whatever. I know what it feels like, but I've seen the light. And I felt, the age, and that's what it mostly is. I think it's mostly a getting older thing. Do I want to say maturity? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that word, did I? No. It's not that. It depends. I mean, if you're 80 years old or 75 years old or whatever, and you still want to go crazy collecting every color of the McCartney album, great. Because I've always maintained something that I have to be very, very consistent with, and that is, if something brings you happiness and it's your money and it's not hurting anybody, do whatever you like to do. Nobody's got anything to say about it, but I've reached a point where I see it differently now. I just do. And I have to say, of course, as I say so many times, that doesn't mean I'm never going to buy anything again. It doesn't mean I'm never going to collect anything again. Far from it. I will continue to buy and I will continue to collect. But if you think I'm going to buy 10 variant color vinyl of Paul McCartney just to buy 10 colors, show them here once, and then put them on the shelf where they'll sit for the next however long I have, nobody knows how long they have, but, the next 20 years, and I never look at them again or play them again, I don't see it. I just don't see the point. And that's where my head's at now. Anyway, Exile on Main Street is their masterpiece. It's a classic. I know it's a classic because people have told me it's a classic, but I've never heard it. And I know that Corey at the record store tells me he doesn't think I would enjoy Exile on Main Street. So that's why I haven't played it yet. But there has to be an album that I'm going to have to listen to. What's going on, Conga Man? Okay. I heard the new song by the Rolling Stones called "That Look." Not bad for the Stones. Well, I loved the last single that when the first single that they had the last time they released the first single, and that was the song "Angry," and I thought it was fantastic. At least you have lots of hair, nice and thick. I do. Yeah, I do. It's one thing I've got. But I got to tell you, even for me, it's thinning a little bit. I know there's bald guys out there. They're probably thinking, oh, come on, shut up. It's like me as a guy who tends to run on the heavy side. If I'm not careful, got a diet. A lot of times I can't stand when I see a person who's really skinny and they go, oh, I'm getting fat. And I say, what are you talking about? And they pinch like a little bit. They go, look at this. And they got a little tiny little pinch. I'm like, shut up. That's how I kind of feel. Like bald people don't want to hear me complaining about my hair. But the fact is, every time I take my shower, I see a lot more hair than I used to my whole life. But it's okay because I'm going to be 64 years old and I'm ahead of ahead of the game. So from here on, it's all gravy. I expect that as the years go on, I'm going to lose it. That's the way it is, man. Anyway, okay. Terry says Maca releases. All these releases are because physical media sales just don't make money anymore. It's all streaming and downloads. So different variants only just cuts it sales wise. Probably, but I don't care. Hello, Ramoga. Good afternoon to you. I really don't have any must-haves. I don't care. First of all, I don't care about vinyl anymore too much. Okay. But the only one I'm going to go for is Joan Jett and the Black Hearts Live. I think it's from 1981. And even with Joan Jett, I've loved Joan Jett since I Love Rock and Roll was a hit. I was a real hardcore fan of hers. But that's kind of worn a little thin for me too. No offense to you, Joan, if you're watching this, but still love Joan Jett. She's the best female rocker out there as far as I'm concerned. But the music now strikes me as more like a little more juvenile than I don't know, of younger people. I don't know. Mr. Mayo, you could sell everything except the Beatles stuff and make a killing. Or yeah, well, possibly. I would like to do that. The problem is, I have to go to a record shows to sell this to get the prices I want. Otherwise, I just bring them to secondhand record stores, and I'm going to get compromised. Okay. Remember when COVID was on, bands had to release board games, wine, cigars, etc., just because vinyl doesn't cut it anymore in sales. I don't really. You're probably right, Terry. I don't care what the reasoning is. If I want to buy vinyl, I'll buy vinyl. If I don't, I don't. I don't care. I'm not so interested in the reasoning of to why vinyl is what it is or not. It doesn't really. Surely them meditation mixes are useless. All unboxing videos on them, but no way is anyone listening to them. I saw some comments while and I was gonna. I don't know if I said anything. I was gonna say, Terry, you're very nice in some of those comments. But since you mentioned the meditation mixes, I'm gonna show you right now. Okay. Just today, I received from the John Lennon estate. I received the meditation mixes. Here they are. John Lennon, the Love Meditation Mixes. And I've already made a video on this. Now, people might say, they may not believe me because there's a sticker on it, right? I pulled the cellophane off. Trust me, there's no cellophane on here. You can see my fingerprints all over the damn thing. But I made a video on this. I just shot it just an hour ago. And I'm ready to put the video up. I want everybody to know it's ready to go. But it was a gift from the Lennon estate, as you can see. Gave me the cards. And here's a couple of cards. And I'm very grateful for this, always. But it's not something I think I would have bought on my own. I don't think I would have bought this on my own. Now, I made the video, but the reason that I didn't put the video up yet is because I want to let the video that's up there right now, the Paul McCartney variants video, different versions, I want that video to get more legs. It's almost got 2,000 on it. That's how you do this, It's like if you put a video up and if it does well, like I'm almost got 2,000 views in 6 or 7 hours. That's doing pretty well for me. So the thing is, if you put another video up right away, you kind of like you choke the other one and you step on it. It's good to let it breathe for like 24 hours or more first. So I want everybody to know a video is ready to go. But anyway, what you were saying, are they useless? I put the last one that they had, Mind Games, I put on back a couple of years ago now almost. It is relaxing. I prefer music over these. I would rather have John Lennon home demos, home recordings. I'd rather have those. And the meditation mixes are not something I go out and buy myself, but I had a feeling that the Lennons were going to send me one. And all I do is I'm here to promote it. They send you copies because they want you to show it and talk about it. And that's it. I haven't played it yet. I just showed it. This is it. This is what it looks like. This is the contents. This is what it's all about. Judge for yourself if you want to buy it. That's all. That's how it is with that. Let's see. Hello, George. Did you get my message, George? I had responded to a comment of yours. I just want to repeat this. The other day I was on my Lifetime channel, which is called Mayo Loves Mondays. Check it out. Subscribe. And I was there with my friend Danny. And he said to me, people send you stuff in the records in the mail. You don't even listen to them. He said, George sent you a record. It took you 3 years to listen to it. He put me on the spot. So I said to Danny, Danny, what are you saying that for? Whatever. I said, I don't want people sending me stuff. Okay. Then, so I kind of said, don't send me records. Don't send me records, anybody. I did that. So all I'm trying to tell you is, George, I really did appreciate. I did appreciate the Four Seasons. I'm sorry it took so long to play the Four Seasons, the Village Gazette. I forget what it was called. Village Gazette thing. And I enjoyed that. Especially Mr. Staley's Garden, I think it was called. Anyway, I'm going around here. But you sent me Watertown by Frank Sinatra, and that one I wasn't interested in, but I finally played it. Didn't like that one, though. But anyway, just know I appreciate what you did, but Danny put me on the spot. He got me angry, which is not hard. with Danny, Hackney Diamonds is superb. Even the Lady Gaga track. Yeah, I do like the Lady Gaga track too. I like the whole album. McCartney Searching for the Lost Bases on UK TV now. Have you seen it? No, I haven't seen it because I'm not in the UK. But I don't really have any interest in it, to be honest with you. But if it was here, if it was on American TV, and I could just watch it, I'd watch it. Hi, George. Would you be the first person to spend 1 million of your winning tickets for the next draw? No. That's one thing I never get. Millionaires that want more millions. You have 100 million, but you want 200 million. No, I'm sorry. That's not me at all. That's not me at all. As I get older, the idea of winning millions in the lottery doesn't mean the same as when I was young. Exactly. At this age, as long as you don't need to worry about the bills and health is okay, life is good. Laminate this, everybody. Laminate this and put it in your wallets. Laminate it, put it in your wallets. I agree 100%. I would be happy with, I don't know, $200,000 or something like that. Okay? Because I put that in the bank. I just keep living the way I'm living. Maybe I'd buy a car, Although I might need more than that because houses these days are more than $200,000. But I'm trying to say, I just want to be able to get a car, a new car when I need it. And I don't know. There's not much anymore. And it's, if you win the lottery when you're 25, presumably you got another like 60 years to enjoy it. Although I know I always have to say, I realize that none of us knows, Well, you take a lot of shots at McCartney. I don't understand, Terry, but okay, all the joke. The thing is, I don't mind joking when it's true, but that's such bull. It just is, no offense, but it doesn't cost that much money for Paul McCartney. Unless if you want to get a VIP seat in the front row, that might cost a lot of money, thousands of dollars. I've seen Paul McCartney several times, and I never ever paid more than like $300 maybe. I think at the most. I mean, I'm not saying that $250, $300 is pennies, but it's not freaking $1 million, Elvis Presley in concert is now streaming. Okay. Can't wait for McCartney on Saturday Night Live. I wonder what songs he'll play if he'll do a surprise classic. I'm worried about what he's going to sound like, but I'll tell you one thing. Based on the way he sounded that last time at the 50th anniversary show, which I thought he was pretty bad. I said so. I was honest. But the whole thing is they sweetened it up right quick. So I watched it live, and my girlfriend and I, we both were like, oh, I can't believe the poor guy, oh my, like that. And then by like a matter of a few hours, it was already sweetened up a little bit and put on the internet. So I'm definitely gonna watch that live. I don't know what he's gonna do. There's all kinds of speculation. Is he gonna do new songs? He's gonna do at least one new song, if not two, but. Hello, Robbie. Hello, what's going on? What are your thoughts on the movie The Car with James Brolin on Svengoolie? I'm not really 100% familiar with it. I did see it in the theater. Actually, when I went to see The Exorcist, they played The Car with it. I think it was. I think that was where it was, double feature. But The Exorcist, I'm talking about, I saw The Exorcist in the late 70s, because The Car wasn't made till 77. It's decent. It's a decent movie. It's not a big deal. That's what I would say about it, my opinion. Okay, John, have you given Ringo's new version of Choose Love? It sounds kind of Beatley. A second listen. Are you enjoying it now? I don't love it. I have not played it a second time. I only played it once. I figured at this point, Ringo's album comes out very quickly, April 24th. Ooh, it's like soon. It's less than 2 weeks. Technically 13 days. Ringo's album will be out like in 2 weeks, and I'll hear it again then in the context of the whole album. And if I wind up thinking it's pretty good on the second, third, fourth listen, I'll be happy to say so. Let's see. Nice of Sean Lennon giving you a nice gift of the vinyl of John Lennon meditation mixes. That's always a nice gesture. It's It's always a nice gesture. Are you starting to like the Dungeon Lane album title? I do now, because now I understand it. When I first heard it, I didn't really get it. Fair enough. But then when I understood what Dungeon Lane was, and it's funny because I think it looks like Andy Nichols is here. So so I started up liking it. Yeah, it fits well now with the idea of the album. If it's going to be a concept album about his very young years. Meditation mixes. What does it sound like? I haven't played it yet. I think I comment harshly on these as they baffle me. They send them out so they hope Beatle people gush about them. Whatever, they have a product to release. You also have to understand that they're not going to make a ton of money on this. Okay, they're just not going to make a ton of money on this, and they're not out to. They only got 4,500 copies, and Sean's already got a lot of money. So he also plays on the album. So it's partly his artistry as an artist working on it too. Hello, Anthony. And Andy Nichols, there he is. Andy, let me know if you want to come up at all. Let me know. I'll shoot you a link. Yes, I did hear that part of the show. I know you were busy and always kept me up to date. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Did you like the John Lennon news? Oh, I love it. You can't see it over here. I got them up here. I have a windowsill here. See the window? I have a windowsill going across, and they're up there. Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I say, I do feel bad. I do feel guilty that you were nice enough to send me those things, the records and everything, and then it took me so long to play them because I was honest. I generally don't care to hear things that people send because there's so many things that people can send you, but it shouldn't have taken me that long. I think it was 2 or 3 years. I mean, come on. I got stuff here I haven't played for 2 or 3 years. Everybody knows that about me, But I want you to know I didn't mean it came off badly, and I didn't mean it to come off against you. James Farley, hello. What did you think of the Four Seasons doing prog rock on the newspaper album? We call it prog rock. It was a good album. That's all I remember. It's been a while since I played it now, maybe a couple of year and a half since I played it. If you had your own independent cinema, would you just show classics, hoping you could educate people on great movies? I sure would. When you say classics, I'd play old movies from the 30s through the 70s and the 80s. They wouldn't all be classics, Okay, are you getting the Ringo album on vinyl? Yeah, I am, because I still collect when it comes to the solo Beatles and the Beatles. I still collect all their stuff on vinyl. So if something new comes out, I want it on vinyl. But usually I'll play the CD every time. It's the CDs that I play most of the time. Are you liking the Dungeon Lane album cover more now? I also appreciate the Dungeon Lane album cover more. But still, it's bland. It's bland. I'm not a fan of that. Just put a sign up there. I don't like the White Album either. The only reason the Beatles' White Album is so great in the cover is because at the time, it was like, well, first you had Sgt. Pepper with all that artsy, splashy cover. And then the next thing you know, they put out this bland cover. It's like a contrast. All right. So anyway, let me put a link out here. Give me a moment here. All right. Is anybody seeing me freeze and buffer, or is it just Gary? Okay. I like the new Paul McCartney song. So do I. I really like to hear Love on a meditation mix. The song itself is a meditation in and of itself, so it's probably really psychedelic. I'll let people in for a shock. I've never been a big fan of the Lennon song called Love. It's one of my least favorite songs on the album. I mean, it's nice, but I like something a little more I don't know, oomph to it than that. I mean, it's still a nice little love ballad thing, but okay, you're gonna have Andy up, Mr. Nichols. So here he is. Hey,
Afternoon there, my friend Joe. Good to see you.
what's the good? Wait a minute. Who's this? I don't know where I didn't expect.
Oh, the leggers.
Yes.
By the way, Andy, I don't want you thinking that I'm ripping you off when I sometimes go, ha ha. I've done that for years. Ha ha ha. That's my style.
All good.
What's going on, boys?
Not much.
Hey.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I say it?
Yeah, sure.
You know, today's a special day.
It is.
You know, as Ralph Cramden would say, I don't mind it being a little, what does he say? A little crowded maybe once a year.
Yeah.
So today is Tom's birthday.
Yeah, and I'm right in the middle of a 12-hour shift at work.
Isn't that great?
Well, at least you're outside.
Yeah, a little break right now. So
happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there's a throwback. Oh, boy.
So we started talking about capitalism yet and all their
oh yeah, there's a lot of that. I wish you'd come out that strong on your own channel. I always tell him this. Like he gets on my channel the other day and he does the symbol, you know, the symbol.
Yeah.
He jokes around. He does all doing capitalism. There's a lot of people bitching already and moaning, you know, about
capitalism at its finest, my friend.
about the cost of the albums. So. Yeah. So, all right. Now, look, you guys are going to, I know already. I know the answer to this.
Yes, we ordered it.
Yes.
Every variant,
yes.
Right?
Yes. Everyone. Every single one. And I'm happy to do it.
Yep. I know. I was 6 years ago myself with the McCartney 3.
Yep. But, just waiting for the cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You know, I'm glad you mentioned that because now I jumped on the cassette for everything. This one, I don't think I'm gonna get. I mean, I got like all the Ringo EP cassettes. I got the Egypt Station. I got the McCartney 3. I'm like, no more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Well, they haven't done one yet for this yet. So
right. Oh, give them time. Oh, give them time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you think there's gonna be any more tracks coming out? Bonus tracks? I know it's a dumb question.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Let me see what we got here. I agree with you that the lyrics on Choose Love, very subpar, mediocre, but I think the instrumental and vocals and production make up for it. It's a lot better than the 2005, in your opinion. Well, thank you for sharing that. I mean, I prefer the 2005 song, actually, in my opinion, version, but I don't really like the song much at all anyway.
Yeah. Never cared for that one.
Not really.
Penny Lane. Hello, Penny. All right. Which do you prefer? Tell me why or ask me why. Oh, it sounds like a Ken Michaels show here.
Yeah.
References. I like them both, but tell me why I like better.
I like Ask Me Why.
Ask Me Why.
There you go. Oh, geez, Rubber Soul. God, enough with Rubber Soul, will you? It's kind of, I don't know. There's no word. Anybody got the word? Any word on Rubber Soul? Nobody got it. Well, I hope it does make it at some point, but
I wouldn't be surprised if they, if they can that one.
Oh, guys, I got to tell you, this is probably both of you here. Look. Ain't nothing wrong with being Paul fanatics. It starts with the Beatles, and then it goes to John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Beatles first.
Sure, of course.
Wow, come on. Of course.
Sure.
Sure. So, but anyway, seriously, I just, it's like it's going to be anticlimactic at this point when Rubber Soul comes out. Everybody is going crazy. I wonder if they're going to leave Run for Your Life off it. Ooh.
Well, I mean, this year is going to be what, 2 years since the Revolver, or 3 years since the Revolver set?
21, wasn't it? 24.
24. Okay.
No, 4 years. 22.
Yeah.
Revolver.
22. Wow.
There you go.
So, anybody got any inside scoops about George Harrison material, maybe Concert for Bangladesh or something else that's never been released?
I mean, it's just what they've said in the press a few years back.
I don't want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the moon trip here. But you want to know? Can I tell you something? Ain't no big deal to me. Did he say that? Yeah, I did. I feel like, all these decades later, and I wouldn't know closer to Star Trek. I mean, when are we going to start having people go instead of just go up to the moon again? That's it. Come on. It's like
I want that stupid wand that Bones used to have. They can tell, just wave the wand over you, and you can tell what you have in like 2 seconds flat.
yeah, right. That's what I like to. I don't necessarily want to find out. I watched the Paul McCartney album review out at Walmart and Target. Do you know when it's coming out? It's the real right May 29th, I think.
May 29th.
May 29th, same date as all the others.
Yep.
Now I remember when I was scrambling around trying to get even All Things Must Pass. Even I was going to Target. I think they had the stickers version, like there was stickers in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no more. It's just sitting there. It sat there for 4 years, 5 years. I'm sorry. I still sealed the stickers version. I think, no, I have 2 of them, I think. One of them I opened up to show the stickers. And that's that, So, anyway, good to see you on Joe's live show. Yeah, good, you guys. I didn't know Andy was going to be so talkative today. Wow.
It's your channel, brother.
What are you up here for? Talk, speak.
Okay.
I'm trying to get some more McCartney stuff.
I got my meditation mixes that I have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, watch out. Don't show that. Ooh.
No, it's blocked out. It ain't on there. Don't worry.
Yeah. The box is over there. You saw I got it, right?
Yeah, I saw you. So
I got the video made already, folks. But
this is tonight's listen. But so
he had to get the It's Insane video out first before the meditation video.
Correct.
Well, that was the first thing that came up. I didn't even, I suspected I was going to get the meditation mixes today. But before that, I woke up. I didn't know last night about the news about the CDs variants. I woke up this morning and found out. And I'm like, oh, got to do it right away, Grab the razor and the comb and all that stuff and try to do something. All of that. Take a shower for the first time in a few days.
There you go.
Kidding, but got to get cleaned up.
Did you take the Marty shower?
Which that one?
Remember how in the movie Marty, Ernest Borgnine, he pretty much takes a shower from just putting his hands under the sink water.
No, I take the. Everybody saying happy birthday to Tom. That's good. That's nice.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, I don't have to put each one individually. Would be here all day.
I'm only going to be here for 30, 40 more questions.
Tom, he does not. Right, he doesn't look 75. He looks like 53-ish to me.
53 is exactly right.
I know that. It's a joke.
Yeah.
So, Wings at the Speed of Sound. That's the name of the album. Exactly.
Oh, boy.
Right there on the front cover in giant letters. Anyway.
No, it says Wings, and then it says At the Speed of Sound.
Correct.
Still no mentions of the anniversary Half-Speed Master. This is a good question. It's annoying when you are trying to collect the series. Well,
I'm sure it'll be back. But new album first.
Right. That'll drop later in the year. There's not a strict timetable with those releases. It could come out next year even.
Yeah, there's no anniversary next year. I mean, you had Speed of Sound, and then you had Wings Over America for the 50th this year. Put them both out next year.
And I had Thrillington to that, and there you go.
Yeah.
Are they going to do that again too, Thrillington?
Oh, I don't know.
Why not? Why not?
I got the red thing around. Did I get rid of that one? I'm getting rid of it all, so I don't know. I don't know. Thrillington.
Actually,
I found
that was kind of like
story.
a smoky marble. I think that one was a nice. That was a nice color too.
It was. I gotta say, because I mean, I remember I got the red, the marbly one because I didn't have an original. I always prefer original. But then I subsequently I got the original one. So yeah. Okay, we have heard that Ringo is on a what is that?
Boys of Dungeon Lane.
Oh, Boys of Dungeon Lane. That's good. I would love to see. We know what track. I thought we heard what track it was, but I don't remember. I thought I heard it. I didn't know. What's this news that you uncovered that Andrew Watt wrote along with Paul?
Yeah, 5 songs.
Yeah, they were on the Traddle Two Legs. They covered that.
Surprising.
Wow.
Maybe not, because he did some of that with the Stones too.
Yeah, if you see something's terrible, best publicity. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
about
there's a
that.
few of them out there.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no way this is going to happen. But I tell you, you want to hear the proverbial last straw from me?
What?
That would be the proverbial last straw. I don't want to
that,
remember.
yeah.
And that'll be the one you get a free copy for.
Sure. I need a Star Trek holodeck so I can hang out. 1983 New York City Club Simulation. That was my year dancing. Yeah. They might remove or Run for Your Life like the Cowardly Way sometime in New York City. I don't think
Happening.
Run for Your Life that's going to happen at all. But there's people with the very, very soft fifis out there.
Was that part of the Red Run for Your Life?
No.
No.
Yeah. Fragile, pronounced fragile in Ireland.
Yeah.
All parcels seem to come from there.
No, this came from the UK, so this came from London.
Yeah. Yeah, we Americans tend to get hey, don't get me wrong, I'm so happy. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, everybody. But we even get them after the UK guys. That's the way it goes.
Well, yeah, of course.
For obvious reasons.
Where the headquarters are.
Well, I mean, you could always be the devil's advocate. You could have sent them to the America first, and then after we got them, sent them to England.
Wow.
Could do that too. But no, because now I got my video ready. It's nobody wants to see another video. I count 3 of them up there already. I think.
Yeah, Dixon's got one, and
Tone Dixon and
Tone Dixon and
I forget the other guy's name. I'm telling you, man, I have to start doing a British accent. I'm convinced that the way things are going with views and that, you got to get a British accent. Oh, there you go. I didn't see Marty Supreme.
Oh yeah, Marty Supreme. Yeah, the bathtub scene. Yeah.
I do, but I don't live in Florida. But thank you.
Did either one of wait? That never stopped you from Paul. Let me ask you something. Ringo even.
Our apples and oranges, my friend.
Yeah. But let me ask you, that what is it? The invitation to the listening.
Yeah.
Did you get that too?
No, I didn't get it. I saw it on Reddit and I posted it on the Hoffman forum.
What's funny is my nephew, I think, got one. How the hell did he get one?
Where does he live?
He lives in New York.
Wow. So I thought it was only LA people.
Wait a minute. It could be. I don't know. I can't look at it now. He might have screen grabbed it.
Oh, he probably screenshot it and sent it to you.
Yeah. It only went to LA people as I understand it. Just like the lottery for the Fonda shows.
Now I gotta check it because I think he said unless my comprehension's going down.
You gonna meet us all in Cleveland there, Joe, for this?
Yeah. No.
Come on, Joe. Road trip.
I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, I really like seeing everybody when people get together. That's a really nice thing, and I'd like to be a part of that at some point if it's more local. But
there's no fest, so make it what it is.
Yeah, Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland rocks.
Yeah.
What do birthdays mean to you guys these days? At my age, I'm happy just to get out of bed to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't love birthdays anymore. No, of course not.
I mean, I'm still working, so.
Hey, at least it's on but at least it's it's a Saturday and you'll be off tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I'm taking tomorrow off. Me and the lady are gonna go get a nice Italian dinner.
There you go.
Yeah.
No carbs.
Please.
How do you do no carbs at an Italian?
Yeah. Who are you fooling?
Oh,
I tell you, if they got a nice linguine and clams, that's what I'm going to be getting.
Now the lady will have a linguine and white clam sauce.
Yeah.
it's such a movie. All right. Man, somebody, how do you guys do this, right? I mean, you do what I'm doing. Sometimes post these things. Don't you hate reading real long quotes?
Yeah.
Especially if you can't like pronounce everything.
Well, Vivian is what he meant to say.
You know.
There's that the other doc that just came out with what's his name that sent the trailer for.
The Lost Tapes.
Why am I no about the redhead. Why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden? Jane's brother.
Yeah, people say this all the time. I'm not buying this. I have the 2005 remixed, remastered, sometime in New York City, including "Woman Is the You Know What of the World." The sound is great. It's probably the closest sound to an ultimate mix of well, that part's true. It's probably the closest sound to an ultimate mix, but it's not an ultimate mix, and I'm still not happy about that. I'm not going to open up a can of worms. I fully understand the reason why the powers that be acquiesced to the pressure. That's really why I look at it. I mean, if I was in their shoes, I might have to do the same. What are you going to do? I mean, I'm acquiescing now by not saying the title. I mean, what am I doing? So, I just wish they would have put a disclaimer or something, or just tough shit.
All right, guys. Back to work.
No. Okay.
See you, Thomas. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Take care, everyone.
Oh, very good.
Meatball Hero.
Oh, 70
Peter
sounds
Asher. Peter Asher, as Mike says there. Yes, that's the doc. Yeah, Peter Asher.
Peter Asher. Oh, there you go.
Ginger Man. He was at the festival last year. Yeah.
All right, here you go, Andy. When did you start collecting? What is your first memory of the Beatles?
Good question. Thanks, Terry. I started collecting really in earnest probably around 1993 when I was about 12, getting off the ground and like getting into, getting just the Beatles on CD because I had my dad's albums, but then I was just grabbing up all the Parlophone CDs. So yeah, definitely. That's when I started collecting. But my first memory really is like seeing John Lennon videos in the early 80s when I was like very little and kind of putting it together. But so I kind of knew who the Beatles were and I knew who John Lennon was as an artist first before I even knew what the Beatles were. I saw like the Woman video when I was like 5 and then really collecting, as just about when I was 13, just hardcore and haven't stopped since.
It's funny. Today I heard on the radio, and I never hear this on the radio that often. All those years ago, I have an oldie station that I listen to, and I was like, wow. And, I was thinking of making a video about it because I realized that the math was going to be 45 years old, that song.
Yeah.
Wow. And Andy, I mean, I know you were born in 81, but I remember that like it freaking was 10 years ago, and I never really loved that song. I mean, I never liked the song much. I thought it was awkward, clunky. Never really liked it. George trying to fit too many lyrics in and stuff. And this time, I don't know, how could it be that it hit me better today than it ever hit me in all those decades? I don't know.
Time, I mean, maybe back then you thought maybe, you were more looking forward to hearing what Paul had to say about it with Here Today. And that was much something that you were looking forward to. And seemed, and that song was already kind of in the works. And then the lyrics kind of got reworked a little bit to suit John. So it was already like a song that was already kind of in the works that kind of got reshaped as a John tribute. And they had, Paul and Linda and Denny and all that come in to do it later. So
I don't know why Ringo. I remember Ringo saying at the time that was originally my song or something. I don't know if that's true that it was going to be a ring for Ringo.
Something like
that. They reworked it.
Yeah.
So it became something else. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was going to be, and probably could have been another one for those Stop and Smell the Roses, thing. Probably all around the same time. Yes, that was great.
Yeah, that's a good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's that is. He looks a little like him.
He does. He certainly does.
Peter Asher.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you, Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul. The other day, Sirius XM played Revolution 9.
Wow. You don't have Sirius, Joe, right?
No, not anymore. Well,
Okay.
first of all, I bought my car used in 2021, and I just assumed that all cars had capability for satellite radio. I didn't realize that didn't. So when I tried to get it again, it couldn't get it. But anyway, I had it and canceled it, had it and canceled it a bunch of times because I got tired of it. Honestly, every time I turned it on, it was the same stuff. Even the solo stuff seemed the same.
They've gotten a little bit better. I got to say, there was a Man on the Run special today on Sirius that they kind of put together with the audio book. If you guys heard, like there's that audio book version of the Wings book, and Paul kind of does the narration for the forward. So they kind of took parts of that, chopped it up, and then kind of played Wings songs and stuff in it. It was good. It was good. It was on there. Today.
I want to be clear, by the way. I like Chris Carter's show, and because he plays a lot of different stuff, and I like the shows like what I've heard before, like Way Beyond Compare, and Fab Forum. Like,
Wednesday night, great. Yeah, those kind of discussion shows are awesome. The live shows are great. You know, but
the discussion shows, I love those. It's just
fantastic.
It's just the cycling of the music. I wish they could do it. I've heard it told that they really can't do that.
There's rules, but then like I was talking to Caitlin Larkin during the week, who's a DJ on that channel, and it's like there's a special that's on, like, I don't know, Wednesdays with Laura Cantrell called the Dark Horse Hour, where it's just 1 hour of George stuff. And this past week, they had Finn Wolfhard on there, and he directed the Give Me Love animated kind of video that went out there, and he played, he was like, oh, she's like, what do you want to hear? And he's like, and he played this song and a demo of Here Comes the Moon. And I'm like, okay, but this is good. Like, why don't we get more of this from other, why can't we have like the Paul Hour or the John Hour and stuff? It's just, there's interesting rules with the Beatles music on that channel.
Well, I just really wish whatever the rules are, I don't know if it's rules like radio station rules or legal rules. I think it's more radio station rules. But the thing is, if there was a way, I don't know what to say. I don't know how many songs you can play in an hour, say, but if you could play, like, you have to think, you play 3 Beatles songs, or even 4, play 3 or 4 Beatles songs, then you play a solo song, and not necessarily Band on the Run or Imagine or whatever it is, Photograph, but you play a deep cut, 2, and then you go back to another 4 Beatles songs, and then another cut from George, one from Paul, etc. I would love that. But you see, the thing that gets me is, I've said this many times, I love the 50s. And I love those guys, Chuck Berry, Elvis, Buddy Holly. But I don't want to hear them say, now we're going to tell you what influenced the Beatles. I don't want to hear Buddy Holly or Chuck Berry when I'm listening to a Beatles station.
Right.
I'd rather them play some solo stuff,
Yeah, but it's a whole different corporate world. The Beatles music is a brand, and Paul's music is handled differently, and I just find it interesting that there's no problem playing George's music for a dedicated hour of a show.
Yeah,
and
maybe there's something they worked out. I don't know.
Maybe.
Then I heard something about comparing, like, how much one ex-Beatle gets heard compared to another.
Like, I mean, they played Caitlin got the debut Days We Left Behind on the Beatles channel. It was on her show. She was able to do it. So it's not like they can't play it, but certain one-off things like today's thing, Man on the Run, was a special. But Michael, I'm going to go see that, Joe. You?
Yeah, I actually am, I think. A couple of reasons. For one thing, I do like Michael Jackson. I liked him up until like around the Bad album. I don't know. Jackson 5 up till then. But the thing is, also my girlfriend and I, we like to see new movies, and there's nothing we ever want to see.
No, that's the first good thing that, since Man on the Run.
Man on the Run. I don't. And when I was listening to Sirius XM pretty regularly, it was in my car all the time. It was never at home or on the radio. So, this movie. I always said Mask of the Red Death. I think it's pronounced Mosque, but whatever.
Yeah.
Jane Asher's in there. Yeah, Vincent Price. Right. I want a tell-all book from Jane Asher. I know it's never going to happen.
Never.
Hopefully she's been writing it, not telling anybody. But, did she turn 80 recently?
I think she did.
Okay, there you go. Siri, do you listen to Stephen Wilson?
I have not listened to the Stephen Wilson program, but I know of it. I will check it out though for sure because I do love my fair share of prog rock.
I think I would, but then again, I have a very commercial taste a lot of times.
Yeah.
I play a lot of stuff that is popular.
Yeah, give me a 25-minute Yes song. Come on, I'm all in.
There you go. It was great. Epic Elvis Presley in concert. Yeah. I liked it. Yeah. Okay, so come on, everybody. We need your comments here. What else can we talk about?
SNL is going to be really cool. I think.
Let's talk about SNL, right?
Yeah.
There was some speculation. Is he going to do 3 songs?
I think he's going to do 3 because he did 3 in '93.
Yeah.
And he's tall, and he can tell Lorne, I want to do 3 songs. I don't think you're going to get 2 from the new album. I think you'll get 1 kind of rocking song. I don't think you're going to get Days We Left Behind on Saturday Night Live. That's not going to work. You need like a big, strong band number. So maybe one of them, and then probably like Band on the Run or Jet. And then the big question is, what Beatles song does he play? He's not going to do Golden Slumbers again after the whole thing last time. I heard your comments before I came on, like blah, 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 blah.
I'm going to be honest about it. That's all I'm going to be.
Maybe they do Get Back, something where who knows?
Because you never know what my opinion is going to be. I might love it, but the thing is, let's see. I'm going to listen to it live though, definitely, because I want to make sure I get the raw thing.
Yeah, before they sweeten it up. Yeah, well, we got to stay up late that night. But
okay. I say that with respect to Peace, but Ringo got older, his voice in particular. Well, I noticed that too, and I always say I'm not trying to belittle Ringo or Paul or anybody. I'm just like a reporter. I'm just telling you what I noticed. I'm finally realizing Ringo's gotten slower. His voice is more slurred.
Yep.
No insult. God bless him, going to be 86.
Yeah. Did you see he's going to sign copies of his new album through Talk Sharp Live?
Yeah, I heard it, lithographs in the maybe with the album.
What happened to no autographs?
Yeah, I know somebody said that in the comment. I thought no autographs anymore. Boy, I don't know, man. People could change their minds,
Yeah.
I'm glad if he's changing his mind, but
yeah,
he's open. You know what? Actually, he's always done autographs, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
For like charities or things like that.
Did you watch that Associated Press interview?
Yeah.
He's definitely slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. And I thought he was better there than he's been.
Okay.
But, I saw some other ones where he was more so.
Yeah, the compilation thing I think is the best we could get out of all this EP stuff too. I mean, I know you just said you still have all the, like you said you bought all the tapes and everything. Did you get rid of them all?
Oh no, I still have them. Well, I mean, the vinyl, I'm not going to get rid of that. Of the EPs, the tapes maybe one day. I don't know. It's cool. I have them on the shelf. It's cool to look at.
I remember. I think it was when I did a guest appearance with you guys on Talk More Talk, and we reviewed one of them. I think it was Zoom In, Zoom Out. I think, or no, it was Crooked Boy. I think we did. I had done. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we did Crooked Boy, and I think Zoom In and Zoom Out and Crooked Boy are like the 2 best.
I'm like I've told you, I don't know why it is, but I'm like one of the only people, maybe one of the person I heard that doesn't care for Crooked Boy overall, the album, EP. Wow. I do like the February Sky song, but I don't like much else on there. I mean, I could tolerate them, but I don't like them much.
A compilation of all, how many songs total were on all those EPs? I only got the 2.
Oh, I'm not sure. The first one had more, I think.
4 or 5.
I might have had 5 or something on the first one. But I think the idea of like if you put out a best of or whatever you want to highlights,
right,
12 tracks or something, maybe 13 or 14.
Yeah, there was 5. There was 5 on Zoom In. Right. I mean, it just was lazy. He couldn't even call title the third EP. He just called it EP3. It's just lazy.
Well,
but and somebody had said, I don't know if it was on your channel or something. So, Andy hates Ringo. I don't hate.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah,
I don't hate anybody.
Well, I defended you.
Thank you, Joe.
He
And
just dislikes Ringo. He doesn't hate Ringo. No, it's not true either.
I don't like the last, say, 15 years worth of albums. After there's like 1 or 2 tracks on every album that I think is pretty good. The rest of it is it's pretty much the same for me. And Joe turned me on to The Time Takes Time and how great of an album that is.
Oh, since I told you, you listened to it since then?
I did.
Oh, cool. You didn't tell me that. I mean, that was a crime. It didn't chart because people were kind of already written off with Ringo from the past. They didn't do anything. Weight of the World's should have been a hit song. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was thinking of that. I've got an idea now, and everybody's always so worried in the community. Oh, who's got an idea first and copy it?
Let's not go into that because nobody owns ideas. They're not property.
Especially since they're common ideas. Like, for example, I'm thinking like I would do my Fab Gab show where we rank songs and things, and I was thinking, now this gives me an idea. Maybe I'll do a show where I get some guests and we each pick our choices for a best of album of the EP tracks. Okay. Go down the list. But that's something that I could see all the shows at some point just getting that idea. Hey, why don't we do that? It's not even a matter of hearing somebody else say it.
Right.
It's a matter of it'll occur to you eventually.
Of course it will.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like the Walls and Bridges thing. I hear you're going to do a wall. I'm like, oh, hey, wait a minute.
We did it. We did it this morning. It was really good.
Oh.
It was really
good. You put Yaya number 1?
No. No, we did not. But Paul was great. Dinner with Greedo. We had a great time recording that ranking Walls and Bridges with him and Beatley Tone on Hands Across the Water. That'll be up during the week. That was really good.
I hope Steel and Glass was kind of up there. I don't tell me, don't ruin it.
I'm not going to say anything.
I also hope Old Dirt Road was kind of towards the bottom.
I'll reserve my comments until you watch it, and I'll get your feedback. But we had some different takes on a lot of stuff on where we had songs ranked.
Any hot takes?
Yes.
Let me guess. Kyle thinks that Number 9 Dream is the worst song on the album.
Kyle didn't make the episode. That's why.
It wasn't Kyle. It was Beatley Tone.
Beatley Tone. Yeah, no. No. There are hot takes, but that was not one of them. No.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. Where are we at here? Peggy Lipton was a smoke show back in the day. She didn't eat a sandwich or two, though, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Hello to BB in Paris.
Howdy. Hello.
Has George Harrison inspired you to listen to more Indian music?
No.
Or less? No. With me, I love the George Harrison Indian music because it's put in a pop song or rock song or with a melody. I like the way George uses it with his songs, but I don't want to just hear like Ravi Shankar's freestyle stuff, kind of.
It always cracks me up when I think about the concert for Bangladesh, and they're all like they're warming up, and then they stop, and they're cheering.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the tuning, I'm sure you like the playing better. He was trying to be polite. That's great. It's embarrassing in a way.
Oh man, it is, but it's funny.
Hi, Amy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Do you think we'll ever get a proper Wings documentary on the music and the albums? Wingspan was Linda, and Man on the Run was more about Paul.
This is what everybody's been clamoring about, right? But Man on the Run was always going to be about Paul, and I think this is where people get confused, Joe, is because we had the Wings compilation in November, we had the Wings book in November, and then a film is following up, and you're thinking, okay, it's Man on the Run, Band on the Run, it's all going to be the same thing, but two very different projects. So it was never going to be about Wings. It was going to be about Paul and Linda, and Wings was kind of part of his journey in the 70s. Yeah. It wasn't going to be about just the band and going through every album and every single, which is what everybody wants. But I think one day we'll get that, but it won't be probably an endorsed thing. It'll be made by somebody, it'll be like a non-sanctioned documentary, probably.
Well, my whole thing about the disappointment for me in that was that I felt that Lawrence Juber and Steve Holly got slighted, and so did Back to the Egg and that whole period. And I'm just wondering, I don't know if we talked about this before on the show or something. I just wonder, do you think, because we know that Paul tends to go by popular opinion a lot, what he thinks of his albums or what he thinks if they're not well received, he kind of writes it away. So I'm wondering if he's like coming up with this. Well, I think maybe I wanted to get out of this, and I was coming to the end. Whatever, I didn't really. It wasn't as fun, or whatever he says about it. Do you think because it didn't do well back to the egg, and it didn't go where he wanted it to go that whole period, that he kind of like says that now, even if it's unconscious? I'm not saying he's doing it deliberate.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. And I don't think it bothers the guys too much, Holly and Juber, because he has good rapport with them. I mean, Lawrence Juber was at Paul's concert at the Fonda a few weeks ago.
Yeah. If I was Lawrence, man, who's a really good great guitarist,
great guitar player,
I would feel a little let down by it.
And maybe he does privately, but I think he has a very good relationship with Paul. So, it was, and honestly, Joe, Back to the Egg gets more airtime in that documentary than London Town, because of it failed as an album thing, and then the Japan, like that period got more screen time than I thought it would, to be honest with you.
And then let's suppose he had not gotten busted for pot in Japan, and they went ahead with the tour, and it was a rousing success.
Yeah.
Would he really feel the same way? Oh, back then I was thinking, I wasn't into it that much, or whatever.
Maybe, but I mean, he clearly was going through the motions. They didn't have a whole lot of time to rehearse. There was a going through the motions aspect of what he was going through there. You can see it. Upon reflection,
Okay, listen to my Let It Be with the red apple the other day. Some people say the apple is orange, but it's absolutely a dark red. No, not some people. I'm the only guy in the world that says it's orange, a dark orange, kind of a like rusty orange, and not red. Red is, if you look at Ringo's Blast from Your Past apple, that's a red apple.
Yeah, that's red. Yeah, it's more orangey, Joe. You're right.
All things must pass as well. I think it's orange.
It's orange, yeah, more orange.
We agree on that, huh?
We do. Yes, Mike, revealing science of God for the win. Absolutely.
Bought all those years ago. Hello, 4D, by the way. In 81, I got flack for sounding inappropriately jolly. Well, there was that too. Tune was written for Ringo years before. Wish Ringo sang all those years ago. Concert for George. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he could have handled. I don't know if he could handle that. I don't. No offense to Ringo, but there's a lot of words. I don't even know.
No,
that will realize unless we despise.
He couldn't do that.
There's all kinds of someone. I don't know. It's hard to fit that in. That's one thing I don't like about it. Like someone that was my friend, someone who offended all.
I know. Yeah.
But anyway, here in the UK, we have a saying: when Hotel California or American Pie gets played, we say that the DJ needs the toilet. Well, look, it's a damn freaking shame that songs. I'll name a few off the top of my head. I made a video on this years ago now. Songs that I love that I'm like, I don't want to hear that again. I'll name some of them for me: Hotel California, Maggie May, so Eagles, maybe like Take It Easy, like all these songs that I love, and even Tom Petty, Free Fallin'. I loved that freaking album, Full Moon Fever, in '89.
Yeah.
When it came. And now when I hear it on the radio start, she's a good girl. I'm like, oh man, not this again.
Really?
Well, because it's played out to me,
What about Alice's Restaurant? There's a real big bathroom break song.
Well, go to the toilet, right? Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh shit. You meant how long they were.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I think meant like throw them in the toilet. Like
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not what he's saying.
Now I got. See what I mean? I get it now. Yeah. You can always just put on A Secret Friend or something like that.
Right.
I would never see The Bride. No, it's a stupid joke of a movie. I wouldn't see. I wouldn't see that. Recent interview, Ringo talks about the evolution of the Get Back drumming pattern. That was interesting that he talked about that. How did I come up with that? The marching thing, he called it.
Yeah.
Like the marching.
I do not.
No, he's not drinking again. It's age.
It's gotta be.
I mean, I'm not in his house. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's just that, man.
Yeah.
You know, Robert P. I'm going on 66 and I can't do jumping jacks. Ringo does, right?
Oh, I know.
Do you have original 1997 Flaming Pie vinyl? Yes, we're both.
Certainly
I do. They're on single discs and have nice, etc. $10 each.
Ordered at J&R Music World.
I think I paid. Well, I didn't get it when it was new. By then, you know.
Oh, I did.
I was not into vinyl then at all. But I think I spent at least $100 on it when I got it. An old copy.
I don't know. Was it sealed or open?
Oh, I don't remember that. Isn't that funny? I don't know.
I don't think it was $10. I think it was maybe like $14 or $15 new, Gary. But yeah.
Yeah, I wonder about. Do you ever wonder? Well, you know this already. You said somebody watched you. Denny Sywell said Paul watched you.
Denny Sywell sent me a text that said that Paul said, tell the guys that they did a good job. And that was the interview we did with him on Hands Across the Water. So that was from Denny Sywell via Paul. I'll take that every day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. They would. I mean, because I don't want. I think that goes through my head. You know, I'm being honest. You know, I didn't like the new Ringo song, "Choose Love," and I put up, you know, a thumbnail or have my thumbs down and all this stuff. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
You're being honest, man, and that's so. You're not beholden to anybody when you do this stuff. So
you know, but I would think that they watch. Now, if Ringo happens to watch last year when I did my review for Look Up, I gave it 10 out of 10, and I meant that. I wasn't like, you know, going extreme. People sometimes go extreme because they like something.
Right.
I really thought it was a pretty perfect album, and so same thing with Paul. I'll praise him at times, and at times I won't. You know. So,
despite my Paul McCartney museum here, I have criticized him a fair bit. Most people don't think that I do, but I have.
yeah. You know, I know you guys have you didn't like some of the vocals. Some of the vocals he did, I forget what it was now. "Oh Darling" was one of them, I think. Yeah. It's a slippery slope with that. I mean, I wonder about that sometimes too. I mean, I just don't want to be a guy that's disingenuous. I don't want to say I like something if I don't.
That's what Simon Hilton told me when I met him when we were there with that thing for the screening for
right.
1-to-1. He was like, be honest. He goes, if you don't like something, say it, you know? So I'm going to listen to these love meditation mixes and, you know, I'll like it for what it is. It's going to be something that I play, once a week. No, but if you want something different, then you put it on. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen, nor should it really. You know, I mean, it's, I know a lot of people, that's what fans want very badly, anything remotely Beatle reunion.
Yeah. The closest you're going to get, Joe, is probably just like a Ringo showing up to do an encore like he did in the London or something, you know, like I don't think Paul's going to come out at a Ringo show. Ringo's going to come out at a Paul show.
Well, I always, no, wait a minute. Paul came out on the 70th birthday of Ringo.
I know. That was different. But
and you know, I've told this story, but for those who don't know, I had tickets to that thing, Radio City, for Ringo's 70th birthday. Yeah. And what happened was, you know, I had to take a train ride from Long Island into New York City, and I wound up that morning getting really nauseous. Something was wrong with my stomach, and I'm like, oh, man, the show's tonight, and I wound up not going. But in my heart, I said, I know Paul's going to be there.
Yeah,
I know it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have any inside information or anything, but I knew it in my heart. And sure enough, he was there. I think Yoko was there too.
Yeah,
it was like a big bash, and I'm like, you idiot! I should have went there, but wasn't feeling good, man. I don't know. And when I saw Paul on his 80th birthday on June 18th of 22 at MetLife Stadium.
At MetLife, yeah.
I thought maybe Ringo, but there was some.
Yes. Ringo was coming off of having COVID or something. I think he was going to.
He was.
I remember. My memory is that it was going to happen, but he or somebody in his touring band got COVID, and they all kind of just had to quarantine or something.
This is a tough. That's an amazing question. I've never. Hey, wait a minute. What are you, Ken Michaels with the Preferences show?
Oh God, yeah.
That's really hard, man. That really is. That's hard for me. I think about that. Oh man, they're like equal. I hate, and I got you on this the other day. I said, no, you got to pick something. Wonderful
I know.
Christmas. Right now, if you want to hear a, see, that's what I say. Right now, if you were going to play one today, after the show, I'd probably go for Help after the show.
Help.
But I got to say, I think A Hard Day's Night probably would be my official answer. But right now, I probably would want to hear Help today. It doesn't make sense. That's the day I met Paul, by the way. Well, I met Paul. That's the day Paul dissed me, and that's the day that I did get his autograph from what's his name? John Hamill, his assistant.
Yes.
But anyway.
That was awesome. Yeah. To quote Farley, indeed. You did fine, Chris. You did fine.
We talk about this all the time. I love Baby's Request. I don't mind it being a closer on any album, but I just think it's out of place on a more rocking, harder album. Like, but then again, I love After the Ball. I love.
It's there. There's so many varied styles on that record. I know it's considered a harder record because it's got Spin It On and Getting Closer, and it is. But you got songs like that you just mentioned. It's like it's like another White Album.
There's no rule, no law. Just that I feel like that. I don't know why. I can even tolerate After the Ball. I like After the Ball, but I can accept it being on that album as well as I could with the Rose Love Awake, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
What Beatles song would you say they were most stoned, either writing or recording? I don't think they were in the studio much. That's what they always said.
Yeah. When they were recording, they were pretty much straight laced. I mean,
what a shame, Mary Jane.
That I would say that. Yeah,
Mary Jane.
What's the new Mary Jane?
That was George and John mostly, I think. I don't think the others were on it. And Yoko. Oh, come on! I'm glad because I'm the only guy that ever said it was orange. An orange apple? Well, wait a minute. I'm listening to myself. They have a blue apple on Ringo. And they have a white apple too.
Imagine and Plastic Ono Band.
Yeah. The guys in Harrods in London, most hi-fi retailers, hi-fi section use any version Abbey Road to show off the audio file.
Yeah. That's like when the 50th anniversary came out of that. It was sonically one of the more disappointing ones because how do you improve a record that already sounds so great? I mean, it's. It sounds perfect as it is. You put on an original pressing. It's a masterpiece. It's okay. It's a little bit clearer, but not like what the White Album was. Cleaning that up.
5 variants:
green, white, blue, green, white, black. That's a song.
It's funny though because I've never heard anybody. I'm telling you, up till today, I've never heard anybody agree with me that Let It Be is an orange apple. But I'm glad. I like the song Bangladesh, the record of it, but I always feel, and I don't say this often, that it's a little slow, like it was a little faster, just a little bit faster, the record, but I do like it. Yeah. We love your and Andy's videos for honesty and opinion. I'm sure they admire that too. Yeah, well, sure.
Thank you, man.
But, hey, look, I'm still in good graces with them, even though I gave my feelings of what I thought of the Woman Is song being taken off.
Right. And that's the thing. Like talking about our friends that work at the Beatles, the Beatles channel, like they can't speak as freely as you and I, and they're like, be independent. You can say what you want. There's no filter. You can say whatever you want, and it sticks. When you work for the brand and the channel, you have to, you got to do what they say. So there's not a lot of room for criticism, for anything. You do what the powers that be that tell you to, and that's it. But we don't have to worry about that.
I was amazed last October when you and I went to that listening party for Power to the People.
Yeah.
And when Sean, we walked in when Sean was there busy talking to some people, so I didn't bother him. But then when he had a break, I couldn't believe that he knows me from the channel, and he recognized me. And he came over and he goes, listen, he goes, I didn't, I had no choice. I didn't.
The horns?
whatever. I can't. He was
About the
no
horn.
no the woman song.
About
He goes, look,
the
I did.
woman in
It
the picture,
wasn't
right.
me. It wasn't me. And I was like, wow. I couldn't believe like you felt like you have to explain to me just because I
No.
made the video. That's why.
That's exactly why, and then we did on Hands, we did our Sometime in New York City thing, and that's when Simon kind of we got on, me and Kyle got on Simon's radar. Beatley Tone already was, so we're fortunate. Maybe we'll see him down the road again as time goes on.
Yeah. All right. Where was I? I feel like When We Was Fab video is more fitting tribute to John, especially with the poignant, the microscope that magnified the tears, etc., with the Imagine album. I think that's Elton John has is holding the
No, that's Paul holding the Imagine album.
I've never heard that.
Watch the video and look at the hair.
Elton John for sure.
No, Elton's already in the video with the cup when he drops the money in the cup.
Oh, he's the cup. Okay.
He's the guy that drops the coin in the cup.
Well, I know he's in the video, so maybe I'm mistaking the cup for the Imagine album.
That clip again, and there's a guy wearing like a tan jacket with like long press to play-ish type hair holding Imagine. That's Paul, in my opinion.
Well, let's put this is a controversy, folks, because I'll accept, because I haven't seen the video in a while. I'll accept that Elton John. I remember him now. He's kind of looks to the camera.
Yeah, he looks and he drops the coin,
and then he kind of turns and looks a little bit. All right, so the coin I'm mistaking for the album, but I never heard that it was Paul with the Imagine album. But I'll have to look at it again.
Go look at it again.
I don't know. Don't forget, you can tell, because do you remember George was on a show, Rockline?
Yeah,
and somebody asked him, was that Paul, like the walrus? And he said, here's a clue for you all: the walrus was Paul. He says, as if like, here's a surprise. It was Paul.
No, it's not.
It's not.
There's a left-handed walrus, but that's not Paul. No.
Yeah.
I'm curious what your viewers think about that.
Oh, thanks again, Amy. Terrific. Nice of you. I know you normally say She Loves You as your favorite Beatle track. Andy, what's yours?
On the Beatles Come to America, John's playing the melody. I don't know if that's proof. You know that part she's talking about, Joe?
Yeah, every time I watch that, I watch it almost once every year. Right. And every time that's on, I kind of like listen. I hear a little bit of it, but I don't know if that's it exactly. I wouldn't swear that it is,
My favorite Beatles song, A Day in the Life. That might sound very vanilla, but it is for sure. It's funny that you say She Loves You. I met up with a subscriber to our channel last night, my friend Ryan, and we had a conversation about the two Beatles songs that Paul has not played but should play, and it's baffling that he is not. One is She Loves You, and the other one being I Want to Hold Your Hand. How do those two songs not work their way into his set?
That's interesting. Yeah,
when you think about the cultural, historical impact of I Want to Hold Your Hand in this country. I know the Beatles were big in Canada first, and Canada was hip to the Beatlemania long before us, about a year before us. But what that song meant for them in this country, and the fact that he's never played it once, we just had a nice conversation about that, and it's true. I mean, you would think he's played like I'll Get You and things like that, but how has he not played She Loves You or I Want to Hold Your Hand?
Yeah, I feel like She Loves You would be more of a, I don't know, it would work better, She Loves You, than even I Want to Hold Your Hand. But yeah, because I've softened a bit on the Help thing, but because it sounds so good, when I see him doing it, it's exciting. Like I've said, even back when I made the video objection, I said I'd be like a freak. I'd probably be wetting my pants if I just start a show with Help.
It was awesome. It was fantastic.
But the other thing to me holds a little bit, but it's all right. I don't think about it anymore. Well, wait a minute. Now you say Press to Play and Driving Rain are the worst Paul albums. Are you telling me you don't like Press to Play?
Now this album, I just can't take it.
Oh, legendary.
But I always got to say that was a defective copy of the album, by the way. That's why I tore it up anyway.
You've got 5 more on a shelf anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah, here's what I always say with this. I softened on Driving Rain more.
Yes.
I like Driving Rain better now. I say dislike it a lot less than I did all those other years. But I just think it's kind of long.
It is.
And I like it better. It's growing on me more. When I listen to Press to Play, I still feel like it's kind of the same about it. There's still tracks I like on it. I mean, just off the top of my head. All right, hold on. I like Press. I like Only Love Remains. I like Pretty Little Head. I guess I'm like this with Good Times Coming, Feel the Sun. I don't know.
Stranglehold?
Nah, I don't like Stranglehold too much. And I don't love Footprints either. I know I'm in the minority. It's like Little Lamb Dragonfly. I'm like the only guy. Well, I'm not the only guy. I think somebody, maybe Amy didn't like. Somebody didn't like it. I don't want to put words in her mouth. I don't hate it, by the way. Little Lamb Dragonfly. Just people go on about it all the time. But anyhow, so what do you think? Like something, if you talk about studio albums, not. I mean, original studio albums, let's say.
The problem with Driving Rain, and we just had a really great on our Two Legs Discord. We had a listening party on Thursday night where we listened to the whole album on Discord. And it's not as bad as we remember when you go track by track. The problem with Driving Rain is that it suffers there's so many great albums followed it, right? Chaos, Memory Almost Full, Electric Arguments, New. There was such a great, rich period, a bunch of really, really great albums, especially Chaos and Creation. And after that an album like Driving Rain, which is a little on the long side, and it had that kind of harder edge to it when you think about it, when you listen to some of those tracks of, Lonely Road and She's Given Up Talking, and there were some dark themes on that record. So it naturally kind of just falls by the wayside. Doesn't mean that it's the worst. It just kind of it falls into that kind of unforgotten territory a little bit.
No, now when I listen to it, which isn't often, but when I do for different shows and things I've done, I appreciate Paul's voice more on it.
Yeah.
Than I did at the time. Now you were about 20 when it came out. You must have heard it when it first came out, right?
Absolutely. Bought it the day it was released. And, my hopes were really up after Flaming Pie, but knowing that Paul had lost Linda and he was now with Heather, like the mood of that record was very different than what I was expecting. Flaming Pie was such a rejoice and return to, the memories of the Beatles and stuff. And that album is kind of tinged with all of that. And the typical McCartney album that we expect, which is what I was expecting Driving Rain to be. So I remember really, really wearing it out. But then as time went on and the tours and then Chaos came out, it just kind of really slipped back for me. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad record. It doesn't have the staying power that the other records have.
Well, one thing I'll bring up, and this has nothing to do with you having mentioned Heather, because this is not what you're saying, but I've heard other people say, people that don't care for that album, it's because of Heather that they don't like, because she was around then. And I say that whole stuff, that didn't happen till after that. At the time, it was fresher.
No, they weren't even married yet. They were married in 2002, and the album came out in November of 2001. So, it's... and of course the track on there is about her. And, I think a lot of people just say, he was with her and it's a crappy album and forget it, but there's plenty of people out there that do love it. Like my buddy Kyle, he loves that album.
And he doesn't think much of Penny Lane though,
No, he does not. That was great. That was great when you messaged me.
Okay. Let me just go here. Oh, sorry. I go back and up and down. That's the problem. They should tour together. Talking about Ringo and Paul, it would be perfect ending to the whole thing. I just don't see it that way.
There's no need to. They don't need to tour together.
I appreciate any time we get a chance to see the two of them together.
That's all you need is like the occasional appearance together. You see all those fake Facebook posts and AI crap. One time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, come on, we don't need that.
Well, this is always controversial because I'm the one with the dissenting view on this. Look, I love the Hard Day's Night album. It's one of the best early Beatles albums in the UK. But I love listening to the American one because, as I say oftentimes, it's a movie soundtrack.
Right.
And I'm a movie fan, and I love Ringo's theme.
Yeah.
I love that. So I got no problem. And of course, other songs, in all fairness, are not in them. Like, I Should Have Known Better, instrumental's not in the movie. And I Love Her, instrumental's not in the movie. A Hard Day's Night instrumental is in the movie.
Right.
But anyway, I feel the same about Help. When I listen to it, I say I'm listening to the movie soundtrack now. I'm not listening to the Beatles album.
You're not. You go towards the soundtrack. You don't go to the albums. The UK albums.
I do, but when I'm in the mood to hear the others, the American ones, when I'm in the mood, that's how I look at it. I just look at it that way, different. When you go to gigs, what souvenir do you always buy? T-shirt, program, mug?
Shirt first, always
Yeah.
a shirt, always a shirt. All the other stuff I usually get online, cheaper, but definitely a shirt. And the stubs, if it's a real concert ticket, yeah, but that's not how it is these days. Now it's just on your phone. But all the stubs of the shows I've been to, I have them all. But it's Ticketmaster app on your phone, and that's it. Or you put it in your wallet. But yeah, try to.
Yeah, last time I was with my friend Robert S., we were at the McCartney show, and I was like, "We don't take cash." And I said, "What? I'm not using my card." So he says, I gave him the cash, and here's the cash. And he put it on his. But I mean, look, I bend a little bit. I mean, here I am on the internet, for God's sake. I mean, and it took me till 2017, which doesn't sound long now, to get one of these things.
A smartphone?
Which I will tell you, I don't know how people live without this, with the freaking closed case. I don't understand. Yeah, you know how many nights lately I'm on the couch and I'm like, I lean on my shoulder, which I shouldn't be doing. Those of you know I have neck issues, and I'm leaning and I'm like, and always bam on the phone, and I'm like, oh shit! But it's in this, so like you got, sometimes it lands like, open like that. But so far, so good. I mean, I'm telling you, I dropped this thing in the last few weeks like at least 30 times.
Oh, geez.
Fall asleep. Like, Yeah, I'm on all the time. Anyway, so I go for T-shirt and usually a program, but, Macca could be watching your channel. Some of us here could secretly be Macca. That's the thing. You'd never believe. Could you imagine, like, if Paul said, it's really me? I said, okay, let me. So appear on the bottom screen. Let me see you in the wings. No, and he's back. Can you imagine that?
Oh,
I said, holy shit!
No, no.
It's a dream.
Oh,
it's almost as good as him singing "Flaming Pie" to you, right, Andy?
That's right. Eyeball to eyeball at the Bowery. Nothing like it, man.
All right. I feel like the song Bangladesh is faster live. That's what. Yeah, it is. It might be a little too fast live for me. A little too slow on the single. I don't know. Somewhere moderate. Does Paul and John own their publishing rights now?
Paul starts to get back. Like one of our subscribers on Two Legs, Susan Gagney. She's like our in-house copyright guru. And she'll always message us and tell us, this, next month, Paul is getting back the rights to X, Y, and Z. And he's slowly getting back all the catalog. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, hi, Laura. Laura says, Joe, where did you get that case for your phone? I want. And the thing is, originally I bought it at a Best Buy store, but that was years ago, right? And then they don't make them anymore. Or they don't offer them in stores anymore. Why anybody, and that's all of you out there, walk around with your phones like open, like, just like that. I don't understand it. Although I know they have a little deeper so that it doesn't.
Yeah, with the top of the phone stays protected.
Yeah. But anyway, and then eventually online. Now I gotta try online, Amazon or something. I gotta ask my girlfriend. She helped me with this, and I made sure this time when I ordered it that I had I got another one here.
Backup.
Yeah. This is for an S10, which is, by the way, Samsung S10, which I hit her up to S26 or something now. This is not my 2017 phone, though.
Convert you to iPhone. We're gonna make you an iPhone user.
No, I don't know. This is Android. Android, baby.
I'm gonna sign off, Sir Joseph. I gotta run.
All right, Andy. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it. And thanks everybody for your comments and support.
Andy, yes, indeed. 2 legs and hands across the water.
And the backwards traveler, don't forget.
And the backwards traveler. I can't remember everything. I got 3 channels too. It's crazy.
Bye, guys. Take care.
So long. All right. All things must pass is definitely orange, by the way. You're still on, you know. Andy doesn't know he's on. Oh. I took him off. I don't know if he hears me or not, but I took you off. Oh, shit. At least he's wearing pants. Oh, man. How do I get rid of a ban from studio? I don't want to ban him. I don't want to see him either. He doesn't realize. All right. Anyway, I'm going to keep going here, folks, if that's all right. I got a little bit of time. What time is it? Oh, I've been here on here 90 minutes. We'll go a little longer because I'm having fun. All right. I got to go back. Sometimes I zip up and down with the comments, and that's always confusing to find out where you left off originally. What are your thoughts on the 4-inch tiny vinyl? Do you think they'll catch on? I don't think they'll catch on at all. I think they're absurd. I didn't go for that either. I didn't go down that rabbit hole. There was one of the record store days they sold some Beatle records. Not doing it. Not buying everything. No. Some of the bootleg Let It Be albums have a slightly orange apple. Yeah, I've seen that as well. It has to have Bell Sound and Phil and Ronnie etched there too. Yep. Oh, here we go. Who wrote In My Life? Major disagreement. Well, first of all, John wrote the main part of it. You know, Paul, too bad Andy's not here right now to debate this, but Paul tries to like take credit for some of it now, which I really hate that he does that. But if he had something to do with it, he had something to do with it. You know, but Andy, oh, come on, Andy. I don't even know if he doesn't know he's on. Man. Andy's still in the background. He doesn't realize it, man. I hope he doesn't do anything I wouldn't do. If Paul ever plays She Loves You, I think I will cry. Only Love Remains is beautiful. I really do like Only Love Remains, but what am I saying? But yeah, I love Only Love Remains, but I like it. I don't love it. I like it. It's like overboard. I don't think it's one of the greatest things he ever wrote. I regret selling my vinyl copy of Driving Rain long ago. I thought I bought it new and it was in mint condition. I still have the CD. Yeah, well, he's not here anymore. Top 3 artists or groups in your collection. I don't know what Elvis, the Beatles, and Elvis and Dylan, I guess, are my 3 biggest, I guess. By the way, Laura, if you're still here, I don't have, if I could find out the information, I'll let you know. But make sure you go, you know, Amazon. I think it's Amazon. I gotta ask my girlfriend where she did it, and get the size of your phone, the size and make of your phone, and make sure it's one of those closing ones, because it's got to be the right phone, or it won't fit. Did you hear the account of Olivia? Yes, about when they fought that insane guy who broke into their house. Incredible. They were brave. Yeah. Olivia really saved George's life, really, at that time, yeah. Do a live stream of you getting a haircut. Don't think that I haven't thought of that, you know. Not a live stream, but I've thought of making a video with my friend Anthony. He's always telling me, get a haircut. You need a haircut. That's because he's jealous because he doesn't have hair. But he always says, you need a haircut, you need a haircut. And I thought maybe we could make a video one day of us stopping by the barber. just for fun, Paul could do the Abbey Road medley in its entirety live. I'm tired of him doing John songs all the time. Okay, not for nothing, but okay, you do Minister Kite, you're doing Help. All right, I don't need you doing Polythene Pam as well, but okay, hope it works out for you. I think it was Amazon. It's somewhere online that specializes in the cases. There was another version of Only Love Remains that I heard somewhere that was better than the album version. Andy could have elaborated on that one. In My Life, John said he wrote the song and Paul helped with the middle 8. Paul says he wrote the complete melody and John just the lyrics. That sucks to think that could be more of a Paul song than it is. I like to think that's John all the way, but I know Paul had something to do with it, so there you go. Now Mr. Kite, I really don't think Paul had that much to do with it at all. I don't care. Sorry, Paul. I believe he had more to do with In My Life than I believe he had to do with Mr. Kite, but all righty. John bought the damn poster. Case closed. I have to send Andy a message. Just give me a second here. I'll be right with you, Amy, and everybody else. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, thank you, Amy. Always, thank you so much. You're very generous. I tell you that every time. Thank you. I wish other people could be as as nice and sweet as Amy is. Rank the Threedle songs in your opinion. Oh, okay. You're going to be surprised, but right now I have Now and Then at number 1, and I have Real Love at number 2, and I have Free as a Bird as number 3. Now, Real Love and Now and Then could change. Sometimes I have Real Love number 1, Now and Then number 2, but I always put Free as a Bird third. It's just too dirgy. I don't hate it, but let's see. Hold on. I'm tired of the medley ending Paul shows, although the medley is fantastic. A change is needed. I got to say, though, I personally think that when he says, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make, I think it's a perfect ending for his concert. I got to say, I have no problem with it. Although I do get tired of songs like Hey Jude and Let It Be. For some reason, I don't get tired of him doing the medley. I don't know why. Just the way it hits you, sometimes, Oh, Come Together, Lennon and McCartney in the 70s. No, I haven't read that one. Mr. Kite is John completely. What a masterpiece, and we thank Paul for playing it. It's the only way to hear those John songs. Well, he said in the 2000s, Paul came out and said he wrote some of it or something, and I don't know the details now. I should know this like that, but I know he said he wanted to sing it, and at the time, he said he wanted to reclaim it as partially his. Okay, one of my favorite record store videos was that album you played. I remember this, of the Surfsiders. Yeah, the rip-off Beach Boys album. Everyone was cracking up. Hilarious. That was hilariously bad. I think I heard later that Lou Reed might have been in that band, the Surfsiders. Yes, I have the Sergeant Pepper Super Deluxe box, and yes, I remember the Mr. Kite poster. Yeah, I do like Real Love more than Free as a Bird. I like Her Majesty more than Penny Lane. Oi, how could that be? Paul got me for the green vinyl and the Third Man records versions, but nothing else. And it was a great video that you did on all the variants and the craziness of all of them. Thank you, sir. I got the green vinyl as well. The green vinyl and the black vinyl. So far, that's all I want. It's supposed to hit 90 degrees on Tuesday or Wednesday. Are you ready? I damn well am. I mean, I'm more of a 75, 80 degree guy, but I'll take 90 over 5 degrees. You bet. I saw a video on YouTube that was wondering where the costumes they wore on the Mystery Tour cover went. The walrus outfit. You wondered where they went? I didn't wonder where they went until right now. You got a good point there, Cherry. I never thought of that. Oh, thank you, Jick Magger. Paul wants to reclaim every song in the world. Well, he hasn't touched I Am the Walrus or Nowhere Man yet. Maybe some other ones, too. What is the best use of a Beatles song in any film? Good question also, but for some reason I'm hard-pressed to come up with it. I'm trying to, I have to think about that one. Nothing strikes me real hard right away about it. There you go, Gary. There you go. The record videos are my favorite, record store videos, right? Don was my favorite in those, but wow, my opinion has changed. I'm up to date on them now, and while yes, he's homeless, man, he's a grouchy. Give me everything you have, right? Don is not your typical homeless guy, and he used to be very funny, humorous. But we always people said, "Oh, this John Don's such a sweet guy. Why do you do this?" First of all, he loves it. He loves being part of the action. He's a ham. I did help him get some handouts. I used to ask people to send money to the store, Cara Don, and he used to contribute. I felt good about that, my charity, But anyway, the point is, people didn't always see that Don had a dark side to him. Now they see it a little bit more. That's all. But Don is not. He doesn't hang around the store. I don't see him anymore. He doesn't. I heard he was in the hospital recently for the last few weeks, and from what I heard, nothing serious. Just that he's in there for checkups and work, get some things taken care of. But I just never see him anymore. Yep. Yeah, I have that book, the John Lennon Letters. I have that, yes. I love your videos. What do you think makes you so popular? Well, thanks. I appreciate that. But I don't know. I think it depends. There's some people who don't like me, and there's some people who do, like anybody else. People like you, people don't like you. I'm only going by what people tell me in the comments. They like me being honest and candid. And then I'll tell you if I like a song, for example, or don't like a song, and I'm not afraid to say it. If I don't. I'm more down to earth. That's what people tell me. It's a little, for some people, it's at times maybe a little too honest. They don't like that. Oh, the costumes were rented from a costume store. They were returned, never to be seen again. Yeah, they sort of died the same way. Yeah. Best use of a Beatles song in a film. Jealous Guy and Look Who's Talking Too. You, Danny, and Rachel on stream are gold, Jerry. Gold, Jerry, gold. Thank you. Well, I appreciate the nice words. I think the playing card scene of I Should Have Known Better is excellent in A Hard Day's Night. Plus, If I Fell, responding to Ringo's grouchiness. Yeah, those are good. They're used very well. Well, is that what you mean? But I think he was talking about Beatles songs and non-Beatle movies. Like Beatle, how do they, I think that's what he means. I'm not sure I understand this. Are you again with the honest? Again, this guy doesn't like what I think I remember this person. He was in the comments saying, "Oh, you always say you're honest and all of this." I am. And so cringe. Well, I don't mind. Can you elaborate a little bit? You don't have to yell, by the way. Capital letters are yelling. I don't mind as long as you're respectful. I don't mind. That's what people tell me. If you listen to my words, people said you're very honest about it. Yes, I do say that. And there's a reason why I say that. Because when I go on there and I say, like, I really like Paul's new song, the new song, Days We Left Behind. When I say I like that song, yes, I feel I have to say at the beginning. Now, you know me. I'm usually very honest and candid. And if I don't like it, I'll tell you I don't like it. So people know I'm not just being a sycophant. You see? Like the Ringo song. I didn't like the new Ringo song, and I slammed it. The Choose Love remake. I didn't like it. I said I didn't like it. That way you know that I'm honest. And if I like the next one, I'll tell you I like it. It's sincere. You have a problem with that. I think you're the guy in the comments that hates when I say, "Oh, I'm honest." You don't like when I wear it on my sleeve or when I say it. Okay, I understand. I hope so. Will you ever do a live watch along of Beatle films? No, I'll probably never do that. I mean, you never say never, but you're popular because you found your true calling later in life, and you're a master at it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's nice of you to say. No, people seem to like, a lot of times, like a lot of people tell me, for example, they say, "Oh, you speak very well." And I'm like, come on. Any of you listening out there, do you think you speak well? Any of you, do you like the sound of your voice? I hate my voice. I hate my voice and I hate the way I sound, Most of us do. But there's people out there that say, I really like the way you sound, you speak well. I don't hear it. Most people don't, You're the real, thank you. I appreciate it. Much respect. I love your channel. All right, that's okay. Yeah, I think you said, if you're the guy I'm thinking of, you said, "I like your channel, but I can't stand when you say how honest you are." I'm sorry, you can't please everybody. I just watched the latest Mr. Mayo video. Any plans on putting the videos back here? Are you still keeping them separate? No. Well, here's the thing with that. It's a good question. I like to talk about other things now and then. I used to think that putting my movie reviews here on my big channel, my main channel, was a good idea because we'll get more traffic and more eyes will watch them. And that's true to a point, but I learned a lot. I've done a lot of research, and I've realized that there's the thing called algorithm. And believe it or not, it ruins things when you have an audience, like the audience here on this channel. They're here predominantly, no surprise, for Beatles content, and maybe music content in general, or the things I do, going to the shopping for music, records, going to the flea market. But when you try putting a different topic, like talking about movies, horror movies, whatever else kind of movies, it confuses the algorithm, and the algorithm doesn't know what to do with it. And the algorithm usually decides which videos to recommend. They go over there and recommend videos to new people. People have never seen you before. And it gets confused. And I know that the last time I tried recently I tried putting movies back here. I took a hit. Oh, yeah. Viewership went down, and so did some of the numbers that I had. I had to build it back up by putting Beatles again on it. So there is truth to that. I hate to say, because I like the idea of one channel, but you can't, it doesn't work. Listen to the 2023 version now and then 1 or 2 times. I had the demo on a bootleg CD in the 90s. All right, where else are we at? Joe, what's your favorite music of the Beatles' Offspring? I don't know the Dead Meat album. I don't. Basically, I like Julian stuff for the most. Not all of it, but there's a lot of stuff I like by him. A lot, Too Late for Goodbyes, Mr. Jordan, Now You're in Heaven, Salt Water. I need to listen to more Sean. I really do. Didn't you have another movie poster behind you? Yeah, I try to change the posters now and then. Well, I mean, I could try to do that. I mean, I could do a watch along kind of thing, a watch along where you don't see the movie on the screen. But I don't know how exciting that's. You do like a watch along, but I don't show any footage. We just watch it together. I could do that and see how it goes. I'd like to hear more about your background as a journalist and the interviews you conducted. I never was a formal journalist, but I did do some interviews with some celebrities on cassette tapes, and I have some, but not a lot of stars. But the Lennon estate might censor the naughty words from Working Class Hero soon. No, because we live in a world where it's okay to say fuck. But there's other words you can't say, in any context at all, even if you don't mean any harm by it, and you don't mean it to insult any group, but people don't like it, for whatever reason. Yeah, I still haven't heard it. That's the new Rolling Stones. You do have great shows, just being honest. I appreciate the honesty. If people here like it, tell me what you like, and if you don't like something, let me know too. Gear and fab. Where have I heard those 2 words before? George is just hanging out, watching the conversation. I loved your Monster Kids chat. Great rewatch value. Thank you. Wow. More episodes like that with guests that are as authoritative as you would be great, personally. Thank you. Let all the opinions come in about any of the channels, whatever. I really would appreciate that, because I have 3 channels. It's hard to keep up with all 3. This is my main channel. It's the one I've been doing for almost 14 years. The other one's not as long, and I got to build the other ones. I'm trying to build the other ones. That's why, once again, I'm going to put the banners up there. Please subscribe to these channels. One of them is the movie channel. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. Mr. Cinemayo. I really appreciate that. There's one. And I'll do the other one too, because I know I don't want to belabor this too long. Mayo Loves Mondays. Which, these channels I have not really been keeping up as much as I should, but I do live streams. I do live streams on the movie channel, and I do live streams on this one, which is a life management channel. So watch The Real Stinker, Ghost of Hamley House. Stilted acting, terrible direction, lame in every sense, audio. I've never heard of it. I'll tell you the truth. Into the Sun. I could see the cover for that album. Oh, I love Back Off Boogaloo and It Don't Come Easy. I love both of those. If it was getting better, I'm all for it, but it's not. I'm a little mixed up. What are we talking about? Could you help me out with that? Oh, here it is. As someone pointed out a few years ago, all the censorship, carefully stepping on eggshells not to offend anybody, yet the world gets worse. Exactly. If it was getting better, I'm all for it, but it's not. It's getting worse and worse. Mr. Positivity, that's me. You know. I agree. Thank you. Yeah, 4D Man is very good. I like him a lot, and he's really good. Welcome addition to the movie chat when he's available. Absolutely. We do the movie chats every Monday, or we try to do it every Monday live. And, you know, I'd have Danny on my channel, the other channel, the lifestyle channel. Danny and I do our live streams. We do those early, do them 8 a.m. Eastern, and we do them only on Wednesdays. I still think you talking to record store buddies about albums they have in their top 5 would be a great series. Yeah, well, Corey doesn't want to be in the videos, and there's not much I can do. There's not much. Again, I haven't abandoned the idea of the record store videos. I haven't said, "Oh, that's it, no more." But there's just not a lot of stuff to record. First of all, I'm not there as often as I always used to be, and when I'm there, there's just not as much going on. It just isn't. Oh, you could do it over StreamYard. Okay. Exactly. Your mind doesn't get, doesn't get. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I just communicated with her a few days ago. I texted with her a few days ago. Absolutely. Things are fine between us. Whatever went on, I think that was 2 years ago. That was just ridiculous. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Super sticker, $3 super sticker. Thank you so much. Just that, it costs money to do this, StreamYard every month. On FabGab, do new rankings of all Wings albums or Lennon's solo output. Okay, eventually we want to get to them. Yeah. Not sure if you touched upon this, but yesterday was the 56th anniversary of the Beatles announcing their breakup. Yep. Which means I was almost 6 years old. Yeah. Well, when they broke up, I was about to turn 8. Yeah. I was about to turn 8. Now I'm about to turn 64. Isn't that funny? I saw a video of George speaking German at an awards reception deal in 64 or so. Sounds like he was pretty fluent in it. I don't think I ever saw that. You may be getting older, but losing your hair, I don't think so. You are still needed as you in the S64. I'm going to have to, I was thinking I was going to make a video about that, by the way. That's what I'm thinking about it. Somewhere I got a shirt ready for that too. But I think we're getting up to 2 hours, so maybe I'll call it quits for a question or two more, comment or two more, if you want to get some in. Comments, what happened here? Okay, I get mixed up here. I guess that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for your comments. It's always great there's so many comments. I may be doing a show. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it on Sunday at my lifestyle channel. Oh, Laura just made it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Laura. It's wonderful of you. Thank you. I think it's something indefinable. Who knows why some people become popular and others don't? There's some it factor that people just seem to have. Wow, I have an it factor. I know I'm an it. I'm like a thing. No, I don't know. That's not how you meant it. But anyway, I've been back on the routine of me staying on the wagon with the sugar and everything. So tomorrow I may do, there's a 70% chance I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow on my other channel, Mayo Loves Mondays, which I'll be talking again about this routine. If you want to join, I hope people will join. Tell me how they're doing. Are they eating better? Are they trying to do better? Are they watching themselves and stuff? If I do that, it'll be over at the Mayo Loves Mondays channel, and it'll be late in the afternoon Sunday. It'll be like 5, 6 o'clock, something like that. That's Sunday, tomorrow. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everything. And I appreciate the I appreciate the kind words. You know, I really do. It means a lot to me, and that's why I do it. I do it because I want people to enjoy it. I like to think that people like me. Not everybody does. You can't please everybody. Let's face it. Thank you, everybody.